Hello and welcome to MGP255. I'm Kev, and with me as ever, this sheepdog, Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hello.
Hello.
Let's just keep going round. Keep going round. Anna, you. Come on, keep it going. It's like a Mexican wave of hellos. Hello. Listeners, you. No. That was always been the worst thing about this show. Pesky listeners.
Is it really the worst thing?
Yeah, well, that and one of the hosts who shall remain nameless and hairless. How are we all on this fine Friday evening?
Yeah, all right. I've been better. Yeah.
Well, aren't you lot a cheery bunch? Who wants to start being miserable first? Let's hear all your tales of misery. Fantastic. Well, this was a great show this week.
I didn't want to kick things off. I wanted to see what Pab's tale of misery was. Well, mine's pretty simple. I've had a wisdom tooth removed this afternoon, so.
Oh.
So you're going to be less wise than usual. Yeah. You always bring wisdom to the show, though, Pab. If you have no wisdom, you're no better than sheepdog without wisdom.
I know, but hopefully they'll grow back. Did you take the root out?
If you're hoping it will grow back, it seems odd that you elected to have it removed.
I didn't opt for it. I got told it was happening.
I see.
That it was happening. And I was like, right, okay. Might have been your tooth.
But you're now hoping it grows back. To show that dentist, put him in his place. Yeah, you thought you could take my tooth. Well, have I got news for you? Have a look in here.
Coming back.
I see. Does that mean you're still high on some kind of drug?
No.
Can we get you to give us your PIN number and stuff?
No. I've had some paracetamol and that's it. That's all I've had. I'm fine.
You boring?
I know. Well, what can I say?
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right then.
If you want.
And Sheepdog, you've broken your car apparently.
I haven't. It actually feels fine. It's driving fine. But I have a friend whose partner is a Mercedes mechanic, and I asked her earlier. I sort of said, how much would it be for him to have a quick look at it and just tell me what's wrong with it, because there's bound to be something. And so he came after work and did a little free health check on it for me. And he was just like, the gearbox is leaking, the power steering looks like it's about to leak, it's sweating apparently. The clutch is, I don't know what they do, snatching or something, he said. He was just like, there's quite a lot of random bits here. And I asked him if I'd owned the car for like 6 months and had to go get it repaired, what did he reckon? And he was like, probably about $3,000. And I said, well, it's a good job I've only owned it like 3 weeks and it has some sort of 90-day warranty on it. So I'll just take it back and say, give me my money or fix it. I don't know.
That's presuming that the company's still there.
I imagine
so just dusted in
that.
Yeah.
If I could get my car down to only needing $3,000 worth of repairs, I'd be so happy. You'll soon learn that most of these repairs are optional, Sheepdog. You just say, nah.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care what my gearbox is doing.
I said to him, is it safe? And he said, yeah. And I was like, oh, well, that's good, because I'm doing like a 500-mile journey on Tuesday. So, fortunately it works. I'll be up your neck of the woods, Pab. Well, Cumbria. It's pretty much the same.
My neck of the woods. Up north, what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. The neck of England.
Why on earth would anyone go to Cumbria?
I'm visiting some clients. Business stuff. I'm a businessman.
Can't you go by jet or helicopter or something?
I could go by train, but it takes an extra hour.
Yeah, I thought you were a wizard these days.
No, he just wears shirts that are too big for him.
Oh, right. Okay. That makes sense.
I think that was a trick of the camera, to be honest.
I assumed the only way to get shirts to fit everywhere else means they have to be too big on the wrist.
You'd assume that, but it was awfully tight.
See, if anyone has no idea what we're talking about, you should probably check Sheepdog's Twitter from earlier in the week, where there was a picture of him wearing his Big Brother's shirt, and it was delightful.
I went in. I was telling Kev Pab that I went in this comic shop in, I think it was Kensington. It was somewhere around there,
right?
And it was. Hang on, I'm going to try and find it. It was like the Book and Comic Exchange or something like that. And I think you two would like it. It was just rammed with old comics. They're all used, which probably would put you off a little bit, but it was just wall to wall rammed with random stuff. And you could pay money for them, or you could bring your old stuff in and trade it with them. God knows how they were running a business in the middle of London based on swapping stuff. It was Notting Hill, down the road from Notting Hill Gate. So, yeah.
Put it in your map. We'll have a look.
I don't think it's near anything we'd particularly be likely
well,
to go and see.
If it's down that end, it'll be near Olympia, where we might be going in
Funnily
May.
enough, Kevin, that is where I was.
Well,
I was
there you
at
go.
Olympia.
Well, that's where Heroes and Villains is. So,
oh yeah, forgot all about that one.
We shall be there in just over a month's time, hopefully. Although they haven't got back to us about our press passes yet.
I Ubered my way there, as I am wont to do when I'm in London, because it was a ball ache to get to. Otherwise, it was either 10 minutes by car or an hour by tube. I was just like, "What the hell is this?" Although I had a bit of an argument with the Uber man. I had a really weird scenario where I rang him and said, "Where are you?" And he went, "I'm opposite McDonald's." And I said, "So am I. Where are you?" And he just kept saying, "I'm opposite McDonald's." And I said, "Look, what do you mean by opposite? Because I'm standing across the road in front of it. That's opposite it." And he just hung up, and then I got a little message saying, "Your driver has cancelled your ride. He's charging you a £5 for wasting his time." So I then re-Ubered and then got in this car. And it was when I got in that I saw I'd been charged a £5 for wasting the other guy's time. So I spent the 10-minute journey writing this ranty message to Uber saying, I'm not having that. Give me my money back. Weirdly, it automatically credited me the money back for complaining, which I thought was really bizarre. But then I got an email later on going, "Yeah, we can see that we credited you a £5 back, but then you paid the same driver to pick you up and drive you to where you wanted to go." And it turned out, unbeknown to me, that I'd had an argument with this guy, hung up, and then straight away got picked up by him because he must have been next to me. He must have been the nearest driver. But it was very confusing, and he didn't acknowledge the fact that we'd just had an argument, and I didn't know. So it was very bizarre.
I imagine neither of you knew.
I was going to say how many Southerners would he picked up, but he was in London, so yeah, loads. I don't know. He might. I mean, he was a bit quiet. Maybe he knew. I just sat there ranting on my phone about what a knob this driver was. It's a good job I didn't say to him, "Thanks for picking me up, mate. You should have seen the knobhead I was speaking to earlier," because he might have turned around and hit me.
Probably.
We've all been tempted.
Tell me about it.
So, video games is something we sometimes talk about on this podcast. Has anyone got any video games to discuss?
Yes, suppose.
Discuss them you shall then.
Yeah, you're starting this week.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, I've been playing Persona 5. I've started Fallout 4 today, and I've been playing this little game called Football Manager 2017.
No.
They're all great.
Really?
Yeah.
Hang on, no, Fallout.
Yeah.
You're saying Fallout is great after your initial rant of...
It better be great. I've committed to playing the whole thing as a let's play.
All right.
So it needs to be great. Well, my theory is the only reason it was rubbish is because the story didn't make sense. But doing it as a YouTube thing, the story doesn't need to make sense because I'm going to make my own story in it anyway. I probably won't follow the real story. I'll go off and start my own country or something.
Call it chainmail dress.
Yeah.
Have you seen
start a football team in there and take them to the top of Fallout Land?
Have you seen Rads of Their Lives? The online, it's the Fallout 4 comic strip where someone basically runs their own soap opera. It took me too many times of seeing it pop up on my feed to realise it wasn't a comedy, and it was a soap opera. Like, I kept just reading them and thinking, that wasn't even remotely funny. And then the next day I'd read another one and be like, that still wasn't funny. I don't understand this comedy. And then I realised, it's called Rads of Our Lives, and it's based on a soap opera based in Fallout. And you could steal their idea and turn it into a YouTube thing.
I could. I do love stealing ideas. So I might get on that. But yeah, that's all I've done. I've pretty much done the same stuff that I did the first time I played it. I'm almost at that point. I've got to the place where where you go and get that stupid suit, the stupid space suit.
That's as far as you got.
That's as far as I got, because
that's because he's a moron. He was like, "Oh, she wouldn't stop searching for a kid to help somebody who's being killed." And it's like,
it's about an hour in, isn't it?
Yeah, I've done the first hour again.
Wow. Whereas you played an hour of that game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'll have played a lot more. Now I've got my shiny Elgato jobby, I'll play a lot more of it and get it all on the YouTube. By the way, if people want to see me enjoying my first hour of YouTube, of Fallout 4 on YouTube, it will be out now. By the time you're listening to this episode, that episode will already be on the Lou Show, my channel, what I do. So go watch me play it. In fact, stop listening to this and go and watch that instead. That's fine.
What have you called the channel?
It's still on the same channel.
No, I mean the series.
Let's Play Fallout 4.
You not got a witty name then?
No, it's just part of Kev's Pile of Shame, my new ongoing series.
He gets me to come up with the good names that end up making him a sensation on all the forums.
That name, Non-League to Legend, is now considered a way of playing Football Manager.
I know it is. I saw someone talking about playing it that way and thought, I named that. I made that famous.
Well, did you know? Let's see who the history books credit it to.
Me.
Will they though?
They have done, yeah.
Have they though?
Yeah.
We'll see.
It says on.
Can you still buy history books?
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, interesting.
On FMpedia, it says that it was invented by me.
Does it? Is that a thing? Does that exist?
Yeah, sure.
Does it? Okay. Well,
FMpedia.
I stand corrected then.
And GNUpedia.
So if you can sort me out with my name for Fallout before it comes out tomorrow, that'd be grand. Okay, well, I'll let you come back to me. No one else talk. Let Sheepdog think. We'll wait. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll just announce it midway through.
Do I have to guess which sentence is the title for my new series?
Yeah, you wait. If I say something and you think, he's done it, then yeah, that was what I intended.
Okay, I can get on board with that. Other than that, Persona 5, Anna can now discuss on the show because I'm further ahead in it than she is now. So she can tell you as much as she possibly wants to tell you about it. I've finished the second palace and I'm enjoying it immensely. It is just a wonderful, wonderful thing. Anna, would you like to tell people your disappointment with Persona 5?
There's a disappointment. It's just boring now.
What? You had enough already?
Yeah. Well, I walked in. He's already past where I'm at, so he spoiled it. Even though he was telling me for weeks, "Oh, don't spoil it. Can't see it." So now he's spoiled it, and I just got really bored of it. They're whiny children that need to get over themselves.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I just can't bother with them anymore. They're kids. Need to do their schoolwork and get out of school and get a job, not go around messing in other people's lives. It's just let the people do what they want to do. Leave them alone.
Never.
Now they got to go and get their stupid Pokemon and mess about.
It's great, isn't it?
I'm past it now. I just leave it alone.
I like it. It's super. You two need to go and get it.
I've not bought it.
Why? Wasn't I really clear last week that you were to go and do that?
I went out and looked for it. It wasn't around anywhere. Nobody has it in stock. And I begrudge paying 55 quid for a game which I may or may not play.
I begrudge you not following a direct instruction. This is that wisdom tooth thing rearing its ugly head again, isn't it? You've lost some wisdom. Wise old Pab would have gone out and done as he was told.
No, yeah, but
this Pab's prone to shatting the bed, isn't he?
Yes, he is. I've heard. Naughty Pab. Are you going to buy it? Buy it now?
Probably not, no. No, I mean, I'll wait till it comes back into stock and I'll look for it to be cheaper. Because I'm not paying £55 for a game which, like I say, I'll probably play less than 10 hours of.
You won't play less than 10 hours.
I will do.
It's not possible to play less than 10 hours.
You'd think not, but I bet I would challenge that.
You can't get to the end of the tutorial in 10 hours.
Exactly, that's putting me off. That's not a selling point.
It is a selling point. That tells you how big the rest of the game is.
You hate big games.
Yeah, but I like big games that are good. I don't like boring big games. Persona's awesome. In fact, I might go inside and play it now.
He's off.
Yeah. But yeah, let's see, I've played 3 games this week. When was the last time that ever happened? I should give up my job and do this lark all the time.
Yeah. Don't see why not.
Whose turn is it now then? Anna, what have you been playing? You're playing something right now.
You just started something, didn't you?
Yeah, I've started The Witcher.
Yeah.
Again.
Free?
Yeah, I've never finished it. I was going through it and then I got distracted by the DLC and then I never went back to it.
So why have you started again then? Weren't you really far into it?
Because I forget.
Okay.
And it's a nice game.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's really hard or anything.
How far into it were you before?
Very far.
Very far.
Where I thought
finished far.
Yeah, where I thought it was finished, it wasn't finished, and then someone told me there was another 10 hours to go, and I was like, really? But I don't remember half the thing that happened. It was like ages ago, so I've started this again on a different profile, so I'll get trophies on the way, because I like to play that way.
Can you play it differently, or is it really... I don't know how linear it is.
I don't know. I've no idea.
You can... There are massive chunks that you can miss because of if you don't do a specific, you don't go a direction, things can become cut off to you. You can miss storylines because of it. You won't miss, obviously, the main story is pretty much one central line of story arc, but there are big chunks of side quests and probably areas as well that you will just lose because if you don't go that way, and you can't go back to it. Basically, at certain points there are cut-off points to missions. So it's so good, and towards the end of that game, it's just it's amazing. It really is so good.
Yeah, I never met the. I think the 4 horsemen or whatever they are. The wild.
The wild hunt. Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't know what they're about. So I got to basically an island, and I found someone at an island.
Did you find Ciri? Did you catch up with Ciri, the girl that you're chasing all the way through?
I think so. I went to an island. Someone was there. I got.
Did you say, "Hey Ciri"?
Is it Skellige you were at? Which would have been the island.
No.
They're all Irish.
There was an island. I had to go on a boat, and I had to follow a wisp, maybe. And it was just, I don't know. I can't remember. It was such a long time ago, but I've started it again.
I'm tempted now. I've got a PS4 Pro. I might be tempted to buy it on that. Just you talking about it makes me want to go and buy it.
Well, it doesn't look any better. It doesn't have 4K. No,
and you've got Persona to go and buy, Pab. You haven't got time for The Witcher.
It does have. You can use the boost mode that's on the Pro. So that makes it. It looks nice. Ooh. It still looks as nice as anything. So
I've got a question about that.
About what?
The boost mode.
Mm-hmm.
I turned that on the other day and I thought, I don't know why. I just got to play Rocket League. I just recently downloaded it again. And I turned it on, and I don't know if it just boosted the resolution so much silly on my screen because the menu was in the bottom left-hand corner, tiny. I couldn't read the writing. I was like, what is that? Is that the menu? As it made like the resolution into a 4K resolution. on my 1080p screen. I don't know.
It does say that.
I suggest that's exactly what it's done, little fella.
If you have problems, just turn it off. It doesn't always work correctly.
Yeah.
So they say just turn it off for certain games, but I've never had an issue with it.
Yeah.
Mine is turned on. I've not had any issues like that since I've turned it.
It's only like that in the menus. When in game, it seems fine, but I mean, obviously the picture's just. I wouldn't really notice it because it'd just be zoomed out more. The picture would be zoomed out, so it probably benefits you in Rocket League to play like that. So I don't know, but I've been Horizon is the only thing I've played. So with the Pro, so
I played that.
Yeah, I'm getting into that now.
And it's so pretty.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I started Horizon again on my other profile just to get back into the combat because I was like, I went in, I was like, whoa, I don't know what I'm doing. So I went back on, I started again, played the first area, and I got back into it and then went back to my save. I don't know if I'm near the end. I have no idea. I'm just going about the main quest. And trying to work that out. My map still has the fog of war kind of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So this parts that I still don't know what's going on there. It's a massive map, and there's lots to do. And it looks pretty on my, because I haven't turned Horizon on since I got the TV. I just haven't put it in.
Really?
Yeah, and I thought. Everyone goes on about how good this game looks in 4K because it was built in 4K. It was built for the technology of the Pro, even though it works with the other PlayStations. But yeah, it's pretty and it's nice. I'm still trying to work 4K. I'm not entirely sure what settings I'm supposed to have on the PlayStation. So at the moment they're on auto because there's two different 4K things I can press, and I'm like, I don't know which one I need to put on. And then I try and read about it, and everything I read just goes over my head. I'm like, I have no idea. But so with the in Horizon you're motherless, so I think now I need to know why I'm motherless, and I think that's my path at the moment to find out why I don't have because right at the start they go, you're motherless, this is right at the start, so I'm just going on and finding out why I am that, and how that progresses, because it is such a story driven game, you can't really give much away, so I'm just going on with that. Playing some more Lego City Undercover with the child because he likes Lego now. He's got Lego on his iPad, on his PS. He's playing Lego Star Wars on his iPad and on the PS3. So now he's got Luke Skywalker. He knows who that is, and so I play Undercover with him. That game is just. It's Lego. It's not a lot you can say. I am finding it really frustrating though, trying to play with him because he likes to run ahead and do when we're in missions. He likes
like playing Borderlands with me.
Yeah. Because the thing is, because he's with me, you have to co-op, and one of them is where you have a paint gun, and you can't both have the same colour. So he had the colour we needed, but I was like, over here, come over, and he wouldn't come, and then turn into a robber, and then he turned. I was like, right, press square and aim here, and it was just like, oh my gosh, it irritates me, but he enjoys it. He's interacting, so I can give it the half an hour, 40 minutes of doing that. So we'll just progress through it. But he wants it so he can play it. But again, it's on the PlayStation 4. Not on the PlayStation 3, I don't believe. So I can't buy it for him so he can go and play. And he can't have the Wii U because we still use it to play Mario Kart. So at the moment, I'm stuck playing with him, which I don't mind. I'll just go through it. But yeah, at the moment, my focus is The Witcher and Horizon, but Horizon will be done in the evening because it is very story driven. I have to start listening because I was playing it last night when I was doing other stuff, and I was like, I have to turn this off because I can't listen to it and I need to listen to what's going on. So it would definitely be a...
Is somebody having a fight in the background?
No?
I
I was
thought
thinking that.
I thought that. I don't know.
So that definitely wasn't me, and it wasn't you either.
No, it wasn't me. No, I just
Oh,
sat here.
okay.
Carry on, Anna. It was just constant thumping going on in the background.
Oh,
It's like someone was
Sat here
punching
thinking,
a boxing
what
bag thing.
I see.
It must have been you somehow if you couldn't hear it. But carry on.
I'm just sat here.
Yeah, it's gone
not
now.
saying anything. Oh,
Weird.
okay. Yeah, so Horizon is very story driven. Needs to just give that my full attention and not play it when people like children or Kevin are around. Yeah, because all you're like is like, what are you playing? And then you give me that mole look, and I'm like, go away, leave me alone.
Mole look.
Yeah, he's got a mole look. So, and then he won't leave me alone. It's annoying sometimes. He'll be like, what are you doing? And I'm waiting, and then it's just annoying when he gets interested in something, so I have to just play it when he's not around. But, yeah, one of his pile of shame was going to be The Witcher, but he took my Fallout, so I'm going to play The Witcher while he's got my Fallout.
The people spoke.
Yes, but he's got my Steelbook outside, and it makes me really anxious that
It's
if he
an
drops
incredible
it.
coaster.
Don't even take the poster out. That's
not
not
what I said.
You. Oh, he said the poster.
No, that would be madness.
What did you say?
No, I didn't say anything. I was saying it's got a good poster that I've not touched. I said it's a good coaster.
It better not be. I'm going to use your Mac as a coaster then and spill stuff on it, shall we?
No,
Shall I take the space bar?
No, you shan't.
Where would he buy space drinks?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't understand him. Because I bet I'll go in there and I bet there's about 4 or 5 cans everywhere. Kevin?
What?
Is there cans in there?
There is not. I keep
Is
this
there
studio
bottles?
tidy. No, it's a beautiful place.
Not when your kids are in there.
They're not allowed in here.
They were the other day.
It's my
All
workplace.
3 of your 2 and the furry child was in there.
Yes.
Rat boy.
No, the dog. The dog that just...
Oh, yeah.
Well, where's Rat boy?
He's gone away.
What?
Who's Rat Boy?
What was he called?
What, Clive?
Clive.
Clive's
I
dead.
meant Clive. I just meant Rat boy. I thought Clive was dead.
Clive is dead.
I thought Clive had brothers, though.
No,
Clive
no,
a second.
No, none
Clive
of the...
was a brother.
No other Clives have turned up.
Oh, right, okay. That's all right, then.
While you've been doing that, I've been signing us up to SoundCloud because I'm looking down all the things that...
So that's what that noise was, is it?
No. When you were going, what the hell is that noise? I was sat there reading the SoundCloud terms and conditions, trying to figure out whether I was going to break the internet by connecting our speaker to it. So I hope that when you release the next episode, it will pop through on there. Our username on there's MGUK Podcast. I don't know. Just letting you know. Because for the benefit of the listeners who don't know why I randomly went off on one like that, I was just connecting it to our YouTube account as well, so that Pab doesn't have to spend 4 hours uploading it to YouTube this week. And I connected it to our Twitter account so that when the episodes are on there, you'll see a wee tweet. Let you know.
Super.
Revolutionary. It's almost back to where it was a year ago.
Yeah.
I can connect it to our Facebook group if you really want me to.
Can't think of many things I want more than that. Have we got a Facebook group?
Yeah, you posted to it the other day.
Yeah, accidentally. I don't know what that was all about. For some reason, my Patreon seems to be connected to every Facebook account I've got, which is weird because it did it as Best Thing From, it did it as Kesteven Media. All this old stuff came creaking out of the woodwork, and I don't understand why.
Yeah.
I
told him, I
hope
was like,
Sheepdog's
why are
not
you
getting a
doing
share
it
of
like
my
this?
internet monies. This will never do.
Maybe. Only the share I deserve.
So 0. Excellent.
Naming rights.
Yep, naming rights.
Speaking of that,
Go on.
Oh, here we go.
from Wasteland to Wonderland.
Oh, God.
From what?
Any good? Been thinking of that for ages.
It's that bloody tooth.
No.
Get it back.
That no good?
At all costs, get that tooth back.
No, right, I'm on it.
Pab, you know what you did there.
I'll go back to the drawing board.
What did you do there, Pab?
Go back to the drawing board, set it on fire, and never draw on it again.
You shat the bed.
I don't. That's fine. That's fine. Do you want to know what I've been playing?
I don't know now.
Yes,
No?
I do. I know one of them was Rocket League. So
Yes.
carry on.
I played Rocket League for a brief bit. I found out that Rocket League people aren't as good on the PS4 than they are on the PC. I don't know. I'm actually better on the PS4. I'm absolutely battering people at the minute on the PS4 version. I don't know why. I don't know if there's just fewer people on there or what. I can't imagine that's the case. I have continued to play Horizon, like I mentioned before, and I'm about 7 or 8 hours in now, maybe.
Okay.
I did my first. I accidentally stumbled into like some sort of bandit camp, where there was like 20 odd people in there, and I was like, oh god, there's a lot of people in here. For me just getting to grips with the controls again and trying to sneak around. There's not many places to hide in that place.
No,
not many bushes or
very
anything
much
to hide
grass. Yeah.
in. Yeah, and you're like, oh, there's not much going on. It's just a lot of whistling people over to you and killing them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did that. I spent about 20 minutes doing that one camp, and I was like, "This is really cool. This is really cool." There's a lot of stealth involved in this, and I'm starting to come to realise that it's very much a stealth game.
Yes.
And there was tinges of Metal Gear in it at times. I was like, "This is very much like Metal Gear." Stealthing around, not getting noticed. Because if you get noticed by an animal that they can easily kill you, one hit to kill you, just straight out, and you're like, well. You do not want to get spotted at all.
That's why you should use your focus to see what their weaknesses
I don't use the the focus. Yeah, I do use that. Yeah, but I don't like how slow you move in it. I want to move around a bit quicker.
Yeah, well, it's basically
really
just to scan.
Yeah,
and see where their yellow bits are and if they're weaknesses to anything or they've got a buff against whatever. So you have to. Because I did that. I went through the game and not really using it and was losing. I think that's why I lost interest. And I thought, well, I have this tool at my discretion. Is it discretion? I can't remember. Yeah, and I should use it. And then I started using it, and yes, it helped me because I could see where their weak spots were. So when you take them out and their armor comes off, and they're easier to down. Because I was started playing again. And I was one-shotting the Seekers. I was just shooting them in the eye, and they were on the floor. Whereas before, I'd hit them wherever my arrow was. I'd just hit them anywhere. But if you get them straight in the eye, especially if you have the slow down time, right in the eye, they are on the floor and they are dead, and you can carry on because they do. Them ones hunt in packs. And if one sees you, the other two see you as well, and you're like, "Oh my gosh!" Gosh. And then they come at you. It's with such force. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna die because they move fast and they're not big neither. So even if you can hit them with your bow, you've got such a small area of space because they move and they're small. You're missing most of the spots. So it's definitely stealth.
Yeah, and you can't hide from them. You can't lose them. It's really difficult to lose them again. You can't just duck down into the bushes and go, "You didn't see me."
Yeah, especially because they have them icons. If they're yellow, they're looking for you. So you can be alright. If they're red, they have got you locked on, and you have to kill them.
So I did that entire bandit camp. I then stumbled into the guy who wanted to go and take out the bandit camp and showed me all the bandit camp that I needed to go and take out. She showed it all fresh and all the villagers coming back into it. Even I don't think it was meant to show it like that. It was meant to show it all like with the baddies running around and the guys trapped and whatever. And then guys were creeping me out. The guys that you free, I didn't realise that they free them and they just follow you around. They scared the hell out of me. I just had to turn around. There's two guys stood behind me. I went, "Oh, what the hell?" I thought they'd just run out and clear off. I didn't realise they were going to help me.
No, they help because you obviously really said they want to take their village.
Yeah, but I didn't really need their help because I was just sniping everyone. But yeah, it's really, I did enjoy that bit. I was like, this is really cool, this bit. I then got to my first cauldron.
Yes.
They're not fun. They're a pain in the ass.
They're not. They're different though. You wouldn't expect them to find that. Like you go in, you're like, oh, geez, what have I stumbled in here? Yeah. And it's like, wow, it is they're really pretty. Yeah. Like I know they're all dark and everything, but they are so pretty. Just the way they're laid out, it's like,
oh yeah.
Whoa, like you don't expect, because the game is so lush and green, and then you stumble into these and you're like, whoa, what are like you?
Factory, yeah. Industrial factory type things, and there's it's just, I had tinges of Dark Souls in the boss, like you come to like the boss room sort of thing, and it's just like there's this biggish monster, and I'm just hitting it, and it's going two. I'm like, I'm doing 2 damage every time I hit this thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, seriously, I'm going to be here for about 45 minutes just pecking away at this little thing. And I eventually found out that, getting the shock traps out. I was like, right, okay, so I've actually got to start using these things, because I wasn't interested in using the shock traps at all, really. But yeah, it's all right, but it's not my favourite part of it right now.
But they help you though, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah, when you finish that part, you just before you go out, a big thing comes from the ground, and then that will give you the power to take over some of the
that's right.
creatures.
You can override 4 then, can't you? That's right. They get like 4 other animals I can override, but I don't even do that really either.
I don't either.
Stealth kill everything in the bushes. Whistle, you come over here, mate. Stab you. Where's your mate? Get your mate over here now, and then we'll just do that 4 or 5 times. Clear an area out. Keep moving.
Have you done a tall neck yet?
I did 1 tall neck. The first tall neck is, say, relatively early on.
Yeah.
And there's one of them. I did that. I'm still buying the maps. I've only found 1, maybe 2 vendors now. I'm like, just buy the maps. That's what Anna said. Buy the maps. So that's what I'm doing. So that's something I like I say. The character, the actual the person who plays Aloy is amazing. Yeah. And the actual, it's just, I don't know, the actual character herself is just really engrossing and makes me want to play it more, because she just seems an interesting character.
Well, she's real, but like she looks like a woman would look. She's not super skinny or super athletic. She's just a normal girl. You know what I mean? She's proportioned right.
Yeah.
And that just makes her more believable, I guess, that you can, like with me, I am a female, so I can relate to some of the struggles she may have, but she's not like I'm sitting there going, well, of course she can get through that tiny gap, look how small she is, where she is just normal size. So she is great though. It's Tiny Tina, isn't it, the voice actress?
Is it really?
Yeah.
She's so good. And I mean, the other voice acting in the game isn't, but the whole voice acting and the facial animations and how it looks is all pretty much top notch. It's not bad at all.
It is annoying that you get Horizon and then you get Mass Effect and you think,
oh yeah,
what happens to Mass Effect, because it is a bit like that the dialogue's happening but their mouth is not matching.
No, it's not synced up.
It's really jarring, whereas you play Horizon, which is a new IP and stuff, and everything is working in that game, and it just seems very bizarre that these 2 games, that you got Mass Effect where was like the best of last generation and it worked, and then you get it now and it's just like, what normally new IPs don't work very well, but I don't know, things are changing, and it sometimes some of it's for the better, but some of it's just like, oh, he could have done better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do agree with how Horizon is. It's
a cool game. It really is. It really is, and it needs to be played. If you've got a PlayStation, you should play it. Basically, the last thing I played. Yeah, okay, that's you.
Hello, what?
Are you not listening?
Yeah, you started talking about Horizon, and I disengaged.
Yeah, it's not Persona.
Exactly.
I found a Fallout 4. It's basically written its own name here. There's a book series that you can collect throughout the game called Astoundingly Awesome Tales.
Mm-hmm.
You could just call your series that, Kev. Then it's like a slightly niche, you know.
It's still not something I can copyright for myself.
Well, my title's still there if you want it. Still on the table if you want it. I'm not going to. I'll leave it on there. Just leave it there for you.
Thanks.
If you want it.
There's another book called Total Hack if you want to put you on those.
I don't understand.
Okay. One other game I have played, and it is big on YouTube at the minute. I don't know if you know about this. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. No, it's going around YouTube like wildfire at the minute, this game. It's a mix between... I know a lot of people said it's a mix between like Armour and Hunger Games. So you start off with like 100 people or so, and then you get dropped out of a plane and you land on this island, and you basically have to kill each other in a certain number of time. And you go to these it's like abandoned island. There's loads of buildings and houses and warehouses and military bases and what have you. It's a big old island across this quite a big map, to be fair. And you go and pick up weapons, you pick up armor, you pick up vehicles, and you basically have to just become number one. You can do it in you can play solo, you can play twos, and I think you can play in fours. And it's there's something to it. There is something to this game. It's just strangely compelling. I don't know. I don't play Armour. I've not played Armour because it seemed a bit very technical to me. Armour, the way you control it and what have you. So I can't say it is very much like Armour, but I know people have compared it to Armour. But it is mouse and keyboard. It does have partial control support, but you're not going to be able to use all the buttons. You can basically shoot and run. You can't crouch. You can't lie down. You can't do anything like that.
Any game where you have the option of lying down, not interested.
It's just, like I say, it's strangely compelling. You play it. Like I say, I play it on TeamSpeak with a bunch of people.
You've played it for 4.7 hours.
Have I? There you go. See, so that's how long I've actually played it. And probably about half that time was with me just sat there looking out of a window, just watching, on guard, waiting for people to come over a hill or something like that. There's a lot of like just action all at once, and then there's nothing. Just rummaging round houses like bargain hunt, just looking in attics, looking for guns and coats and stuff like that. The whole premise of the game is to get to number one, and then at times there's like every 3 minutes or so there is like a circle on the map you have to be in, and if you're not in that circle, there's like a secondary blue circle that sort of starts to close in on you to get to that middle circle. So you've got to basically run. If you get outside of the blue circle, it starts killing you. You start losing life. So you have to get into this middle circle. It's basically just pushing everyone into the middle to get a winner, pretty much. And like I say, it's just action. You're either dead immediately or you're alive for 20 minutes, just rummaging around looking for stuff, and then find someone and you're dead immediately, straight as soon as someone sees you. I think I've killed in that 4.5 hours, I think I've killed 3 people, maybe 4. I'm not very good at the game. I was like a meat shield, basically, just getting in the way of the bullets for everyone who's good. But like I said, I don't know what it is. There's something to it. It's just, I don't know. It's just good. It's a fun multiplayer game to be doing. But I'm just running around, on guard, just stood at doors, just watching for people on the hills, just doing that. Really, it's not much. I think it's early access. I think they put like a 5 gig patch earlier in the week, so they've put motorbikes and sidecars in. They've put new weapons in. They put a crossbow, I think, back in. So it's forever evolving and growing, and like I said, it's just everywhere on YouTube. I mean, that's what taught me into it, because people were playing it on TeamSpeak for a good 3 or 4 weeks or so now, but it's just started blowing up on YouTube, and every single YouTuber I follow is playing it pretty much.
Every one you follow, Pab?
Well, I'm assuming your YouTube series is coming soon.
No, because it sounds like a terribly boring game.
He'll do a YouTube channel on it in about a year once it's already happened.
Yeah.
And Grandad over here keeps calling series his channels. That's the second time today. All right, Grandad.
You're going to call it what about the Red Rocket Revolution? And you could do you could run it all around the truck stop. You know, build your own base there, send all your characters there.
And start a franchise of Red Rockets.
You're a bit of a one-hit wonder, Sheepdog, I'm realising.
Hey, as if. Red Rocket Revolution was quite good. You should save him.
Yeah, you do it, Sheepdog.
I don't want to.
You really wins your competition, Kev.
When's it end? Next week?
Yeah, next week.
Yeah.
Oh, if I win that, then yeah, I'll do it. But I haven't got the funds.
Lee McElwain's already said that if you win, he's contacting the fraud squad.
Let him.
So that scared me, so I'm just going to fix it so he wins. And then you can contact the fraud squad because you've got that on tape. Now neither of you can win. You talked each other out of it.
I can win. I haven't said anything.
You just threatened to report me to the fraud squad.
I didn't.
You're both disqualified. Anyone else got any more games?
No, I've only been playing Mass Effect. I'm still not that far. I'm a little bit surprised at how blasé it was about introducing the pretty much whole team. There's only one person I have yet to recruit. And it was just like there was a moment where suddenly I could just swap out the 2 humans I was wandering around with and put 2 aliens in. So I just did that, and I thought, I don't even remember inviting them to join my team. But they all moved into the Tempest with me, and I can't find any of them. I basically walked around trying to find them to meet them because I just assumed it was time to start a relationship with someone. Pretty much everyone I tried to come on to just sort of went, you don't even know me, or I don't like women.
You have to build it up.
Well, I hit the option with the heart on it, and they went, yeah, I kind of don't date women. Like,
that was one.
Well, actually, it was 2. It was a woman who doesn't date women and then a man who doesn't date women. And I was like, what is this? It's supposed to be the future. The only one who...
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, the only one who seemed interested was the one with the weird Canadian mouth. I forget its name.
What did you just say?
I don't know what that means. I do not know what that means.
A race that has like Canadian mouths.
What's a Canadian mouth?
Just a completely straight line that bobs up and down while they talk.
You mean like a Canadian from South Park?
I mean like a real life Canadian.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what that means.
Garrett was one.
Sorry.
Is that what Garrett was? Is that his name? Garrett?
Garrett, that's the picture.
Garrus was a...
Garrus, that's it.
Okay. Oh, it was an insect. The Asari are blue.
No, yeah, I'd have known the Asari. They're the ones who... She's the one I was looking for because she seems like...
Yeah, she's on the bridge. She's right... If you know you're on the bridge.
She's in the... what's it called? The spare pod.
Turian.
Yeah, which is on the bridge.
That's an accident waiting to happen. I mean, the second anything goes wrong, they're going to jettison her by mistake.
She's in there. She's right, like there's your main door, and then next to them doors on the bridge are your escape pods, and she's in one of them.
I'm pretty sure all the men I spoke to on this said they were gay. I wonder whether I made a mistake. because the pilot was like, no, and then somebody else just sort of said, no, I don't like women. And I thought, hang on a minute, like she's managed to get the only crew who don't like women, basically.
What are you? Are you a woman?
Yeah.
The other driver, not Kello, he, not him, the other one, the woman, she likes women. She seems to anyway. I just flirt with everyone.
Not women like sheepdog. Yeah, I watched Anna play this for like half an hour the other day, and she's just such a slut in this game. She's just.
Yeah, mine is. Yeah, it was just like
one person to the next.
Yeah, I need to see where
conversation's better. It was just like, that's not all I can do, and that's not the only thing I can find. And I was thinking, oh, here we go, and then they'd all just go, actually, I don't like women. Maybe I need to tone it down, take off the blue eyeliner.
Yeah. Don't you also have blue eyeliner?
Mine's purple, but yeah.
Well, I think mine's purple, but
all over her eyeballs, and her lips have got lines on them, and yeah.
Oh, I know what it is. I gave mine slight scarring across her face for no good reason. They probably don't like it, and they're just letting her down gently. She looks like somebody just threw a pot of acid in her face.
Oh, Lordy.
It's healed, but you can still see it.
I see.
But, yeah, I really liked the I'm trying to think what it bloody was. Basically, EOS, the first planet, I've started to fix it. And that was really cool, although I didn't feel like there was much drama in the video escaping the falling apart. Kind of think what it was, the underground place that I was trying to escape. I kind of felt like I could have probably walked really slow and been fine.
Them places terrify me.
Yeah? Can you die if the smoke catches you?
Yeah. I did the first time. I was like, I didn't know what was happening, and I got caught up in it because I went forward instead of around the corner, and it caught up with me, and I died. Terrifying it is.
Okay, maybe I'm just better at it than I thought, because there was a door that was locked on the way in and it was unlocked on the way out, so I spent it just in there rooting around and ran back out and thought, it's there, but I can as long as I stay ahead of it.
If you stay ahead, you're fine. But the first time, I didn't know what was happening, and it just said run. And I was like, oh, run from what? And I didn't understand. I just went, like, my crew went one way, and I thought they were just running, and I went the other way and got stopped.
I was really annoyed. There was a mission where it said that a bunch of people had decided upon themselves that they were going to go and hack the remnant robot people things and make them into slaves so they could farm with them and stuff, because they thought it would make them rich. And I had to kind of track them down, and it said, rescue them before it's too late. And then a timer started up, and I'm just walking around thinking, I can't see them. How am I supposed to rescue them? And it wasn't until I had 10 seconds left on the timer that I realised if I looked at the map, it showed a marker where they were, and it was about a minute and a half's drive away, making the 2-minute timer fit. So I was a bit naughty and basically reloaded there, because I was like, I'm not having that. I was just like, went straight across. I'm not even sure whether I should have rescued the person, because he was like, who dobbed me in? Who let you know? Oh, not happy about this. Whereas when I got there the first time, he was dead, and someone was just like, thanks for rescuing me. I told him he shouldn't have done it. But no, I'm hoping his plan actually turns out to be a decent idea, but he just should have gone through the relevant channels. Then I can have a whole army of robots helping me dig farms and stuff. I think you'll like this, Kev.
He's played it this week.
Well, I've played the first 20 minutes. I got as far as banging on a box that my brother was in, and that was it. And then I turned it off.
It seems odd that you're doing a YouTube channel on Fallout 4 that's
all right, Grandad. Channel again.
Oh, shut up. I meant serious.
That's what people voted for.
People don't know what's good for them, though.
Well, it was... The two runaway leaders were Fallout and Witcher. No one cared about Mass Effect.
That's really random.
The thing with Mass Effect is it's a game that got really bad reviews. It's already been out like a month. That one no one's going to watch. Whereas Fallout's a classic that people will keep watching because it was a really good game. That's my theory.
It's kind of an open world, and you can sort of have your own narrative to it. I think a lot more in something like Fallout.
And have my own narrative, I shall.
Yeah. Actually, you can just go off into the wasteland and just do stuff whatever you want. There's not really, you don't have to follow the story at all. You can just disappear straight out. Whereas I don't even think The Witcher has that sort of openness to it. It does to a fashion, but yeah, I think Fallout's probably the right choice.
Yeah, see, Pab knows. Pab's a wise man. He should grow a tooth to celebrate it.
I'm trying.
You try. Have we got any more games in before we move on to movies, television, and picture books?
Nope.
Splendid. Well, I don't think we've seen any films, have we, Anna? Have we seen any films? Anna, have we seen any films?
We watched Ghostbusters.
Oh, we did, didn't we? I remember now.
The new one, are they?
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, it's the only one in existence because it's the only one I've ever seen.
Oh, well,
it was fine.
It's alright.
It was fine.
I've seen original and I've seen this one, and it is just it looks like a spoof film for Ghostbusters.
It was weird to have so many penis jokes in the kids' film, but other than that, it was fine.
It's alright.
Is it a kids' film? I don't understand.
I don't necessarily think it is.
What's the age rating on it?
I've no idea.
Because when I was a kid, people loved Ghostbusters.
Yeah, but then parental, the PG political correctness about everything was more lax.
I would say if you asked the general man on the street if Ghostbusters was for kids or not, they'd probably say, yeah, it's a kids thing.
What, the original?
Just Ghostbusters as a franchise, it's for kids.
Well, no, you had the
whereas
cartoons.
This was just a slightly toned down version of the kind of films this lot all usually make.
The one you watched is a PG-13.
What, the girl one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it, though? Oh, that might be the rating it was given, but I don't know, it's just a bit... The
1984 one was PG.
Yeah, they, as a group of people, her and her buddies, and Paul, whatever his name is, Feig, is that the guy? They all need to learn a second joke.
Oh, well, I mean, that's the criticism of it, isn't it? It's that he's done the annoying thing of going, I've made this film, it's empowering to women, if you don't like it, you're a sexist. And then when people have gone, it's just you telling cock jokes for 2 hours.
Like the last 8 movies you've made with these same actors in them.
But then he's like, you're a misogynist, you should shut up. And it's like, no, you need to stop making crap films and then saying watch it and like it or you're a sexist. He's built a career out of doing that, and he knows that's what he's doing. It's a bit frustrating. I do need to watch this, because I'm not saying this is good or bad. I'm just saying that's been his argument. You can't dislike it because if you do, you're a misogynist.
Have you not seen it?
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm not criticising it. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I don't know. All I know is that a lot of people have said lots of cock jokes, and whenever I've seen complaints about the quality of the jokes in this film, they've just said you're being sexist. And the adverts really put me off it. Like, and I know I've made this complaint before, but there was the advert where they were slapping the ghost out of the woman, and the ghost left, and they just kept slapping her. And I thought that's not funny. And the one where she jumps.
I'll be honest with you, the adverts are the best bits of that film.
Yeah. There's a bit where she jumps off the stage into the crowd thinking they're going to let her crowd surf, and she lands on her face, and it's like, that's the most predictable, tired old joke. And it just seemed like
funny.
But it just seemed like they're all jokes that were told 30 years ago.
Yeah, it is just it looks like a spoof film. I wasn't offended by it in any way. I didn't care that they were women. They were cameos of the old cast in it, which was fine. it was just, to me...
I don't agree with the horrible treatment the people that were in it got.
No. But I mean, but the film in general, I was just like, okay, fine.
Plus, Thor's in it, so any film that's got Thor in it must be good.
Vickers Two Short Planks in.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was the best thing in the film. He was brilliant.
No.
It was funny.
So one note, though, by the end of it, you were like...
Yeah, but at least it was a note I hadn't seen in the previous 4 movies by this group of people.
Yeah.
They don't normally have a himbo in it.
Yeah, it's
what in it?
A himbo.
They literally just reversed. I mean, not that Janine was a bimbo in the old films. She was more sarcastic. I mean, the women in the old films were awesome, actually. I don't really understand why they chose that one to pick up, that series to pick up as a kind of, we're going to represent women in this, because if you look at it, women are kind of the strongest people in it. The Ghostbusters are actually quite weak and foolish, and they're himbos in that. And what's her name, Dana, and that's Sigourney Weaver's character, and Janine. They're both strong and clever, and indifferent to the nonsense of Venkman.
It's not a good film.
It was not a good film.
It's not a bad film. It's not a bad film, but it's just a very much average film. It's nothing compared to the other Ghostbusters. It's not. To me, it didn't feel like a Ghostbusters film.
It looked like a Wayans Brothers film.
All right, yeah, I could go with that.
Like Meet the Spartans. I went and saw that at the cinema with my cousin because he was. I was basically given £20 and told to go cheer him up when my nan died, so we took him to see that. And
I didn't thank you for that.
I don't think I was paid, actually. I think I said I'd take him out because I was an adult and he was slightly younger. And I said, what do you want to see? And because he was like, I don't know, 15, 16, and that was an 18, I took him to see that. And it was terrible. And we all regretted it. We all thought it was the worst film ever. But this looks like it stole jokes from it. I don't feel like these types of films have a very good quality control for their comedy. I know I crack some awful jokes on this show, but I think I wouldn't release a film with some of the jokes I crack.
You remember some of the books we've released, surely?
Yeah, but I was thinking about one of them earlier. I can't remember what made me think of it, and I thought you definitely took some Paul Feig or whatever his name is style jokes and put them in our books just because you wanted to dumb them down for people. There was a couple in there where I just thought, oh my god.
Yeah, but we did it once. We didn't redo it for 8 books. The same joke.
You're definitely right, but there were a couple you wrote in because you said it needs a bit of lightheartedness here. I know I also did that in one of ours where there was an ice falling all over the place thing, and it felt dirty as hell writing that in. But I was actually thinking to myself, I might go back and rewrite Left Behind without all of those joke bits in. Like, not without jokes at all, but, take out the bits where we just tried to put it in there.
Make them women and swap the characters around.
And get 4 in it.
Yeah.
I swap all the characters' genders around.
Yeah. Do it.
I pull fake, and he swore then. Do you know what? It's almost worth becoming a movie director just to show him that he's doing it wrong. Make a good film with an all-women cast.
Yeah, that's previously that's been the only thing stopping you being a movie director. You didn't have a good enough reason to do it, but now you've got the motivation. Do it.
That's it. I have my first film out by the end of the year.
End of the week.
I'll give you some time.
Show some ambition, man.
I've got to find women who are actually funny, Kevin. Come on.
This is a tall order. All right, have we seen any other films before Sheepdog offends anyone else?
Finding Dory.
We did, which made me buy Mr. Sharky.
That's why.
Yeah.
Yes, we watched that, and it was very lovely.
It was very good.
And pretty, and you liked that seal.
I did like the seal. If they'd have had seals in Asda, don't tell Mr. Sharky this, but if they'd have had seals in Asda, I might have bought a seal instead of a shark.
Oh,
I
if
love
they
that
were £2.50 as well.
He's great. I enjoyed it immensely. There's not a bad word I'd say about it. It was just long enough for keeping you wanting to watch, and it's just Pixar, and Pixar's lovely. I didn't cry, which is also a good thing.
Have we done an episode since I saw The Boss Baby?
I don't know.
I've lost track now, but I saw The Boss Baby at the weekend, I think, just gone. And that was rather splendid, very funny. I was annoyed because I wanted to see Power Rangers and my daughter wanted to see Beauty and the Beast, and we somehow ended up seeing The Boss Baby. But it was worth it. It was really good, and it explained where babies came from. Finally know. So I can shut that door forever. Yeah, my kids want our baby to be the boss baby now, and I keep telling them that
we're not having a podcast baby, are we? Goodness me!
to be a boss baby, you have to have no family. So I sort of said to them, either you want this kid to basically not have us, or you want it to have us. So it can be one or the other. And they're trying to find loopholes in the system. But if he's born with a suit, he has to be an orphan.
What on earth are you talking about?
The Boss Baby.
Never heard of it.
It's another film
when babies are born, they go through a conveyor belt and they're tickled, and if they laugh, they're sent to a family. If they don't laugh, they're sent into HR, and they work their way up the system to become a boss baby. They get a suit, a job, and yeah, it was a very good film. It was funny.
I don't know why that tickled me. I really don't know why that tickled me. It did.
No, that's that lack of wisdom tooth again.
It might well be, because I was about to say this sounds absolute garbage, and then he said that, and I was chuckling away.
It was good. It was just, I mean, there was a point where I fell asleep. But I don't think that reflects on the film. But it went from they were trapped in a room to there was a rocket, and I tried to get my daughter to explain to me how on earth that happened, and all the bits she said I remember seeing, but none of the bits she said seemed to match up with the fact that they ended up in a place where there was a rocket. So I fear when that comes out, I'm going to have to watch it again when it's out on DVD.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I need to fill in that gap. It's going to hound me for the rest of my life if I don't.
Splendid.
I also saw Rogue One and caused a lot of...
Oh, did you watch it?
Yeah, and it's pretty boring, isn't it?
It's all right.
A boring Star Wars film. Who knew?
I think a lot of people. To me, it felt like I was overhyped. Like I said last week, it felt very overhyped.
2-hour film where they basically go, "Oh, I don't know. Should we do it?" for an hour and a half. Bearing in mind, you already know they do it because there's 3 other films set after it. And then
that's Rogue 2, 3 and 4, is it?
4, sorry. 4 other films after it, and 2 more coming out. And then they go, "Oh yeah, don't do it. You definitely shouldn't do it." And then they kind of go, "Screw you, we're going to do it anyway on our own." And then suddenly there was action. And someone said to me, "Oh, the bit where Darth Vader's in it is amazing." And
that is good.
It wasn't that good. Someone made out
that cool.
It was the most awesome fight Darth Vader had ever done. And I thought, no, he just walked down a hallway just holding his hand out, and people pretended to be strangled because obviously he's actors and that. And it didn't look very convincing. And I don't know.
You don't really see him do that in any of the other films, though. You don't see him just going into battle sort of thing, do you? You don't see him doing that in any of the films. So to see him do that is kind of cool. His
technique for waving his lightsaber around just looked really weird. Like if you did a GIF of him doing that, he was just kind of going like, "Yeah, whatever. I'm just spinning my sonic screwdriver around like Doctor Who does," and they're just going to fill in whatever it does. I'm just going to wave this around, and then the people in the editing bit later on are going to make people fly over the place or whatever. It just didn't look like he was actually doing anything. He didn't look convincing to me. So it took me out of the scene a little bit when he started doing that. And then someone else later on was telling me that was the highlight of the film, and I thought, Jesus Christ. I liked it when the what are they called? AT-ATs, the big dog things. Yeah. I liked when that one came out, but that was very short. I didn't like the blind guy who was just like, I am
the Force.
The Force is with me, or whatever. And I just thought they should have just made him start saying that and then killed him. It would have been really good to be like, oh God, all bets are off. But no, they let him be like, I am the Force is with me, I am magic. I thought if he could have just done that, then why didn't he do that for everything else? And why didn't they all just do that and never get hurt? I mean, silly.
Splendid. TV shows then. I feel like we've not watched any TV this week, Anna.
No, we've had a busy week. We've not really watched.
We haven't even watched Better Call Saul, have we?
No. I've missed it as well.
Not this week. We've just been busy.
I said to my wife that we'd come off the show, we were talking on the show, and that you lot had gone, I don't like watching the DC stuff anymore, I'm not interested in X, Y, Z, I prefer Better Call Saul. And she looked at me like I'd said that you were mental, basically. She was just like, what the hell? She just, like me, couldn't really understand how that's your TV highlight. I mean...
Oh, yes, we did. We did watch something, sorry.
Did you watch iZombie?
No, we watched the ending of Walking Dead.
Oh, yes, I recall that now. That was acceptable. I was
alright,
satisfied.
wasn't it? Yeah. This is why you can't trust reviews on the internet.
Why did the internet say it was bad?
I think so. I can't remember now. I don't really care for their opinions.
The internet is a moron.
I was just reading, bloody, you said Mass Effect was poorly rated. It's got a bloody 4.5 on Metacritic. Those people are knobheads. I just went through some of the reviews and was like, the internet is just full of knobheads.
Yeah, you shouldn't listen to the internet. I think you should, whatever you take in, you should just give your own opinion. Yeah, I don't think anybody else cares.
I don't want to sound like I'm going, oh, no, it's great and everyone's wrong. I'm not going to go there and say, right, it's 10 out of 10. I'll finish it and give it my own thoughts at the time. And it's not as good as the other three or whatever. But, yeah, it just winds me up because people will say that about... I mean, I can't think of a way to find out the exact rating for this season of Walking Dead online. Is there? I don't know if there's a site that does that, but generally people were saying that the show was just getting a bit worn out and, they just didn't seem to get it. And people are thick.
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
Throw them in a well.
I enjoy it immensely, so yeah, they should throw tigers at everything. That was great. That was the best thing. I was like, oh my god, and I was like, yes. It was
They should put that on the poster for the premiere of the next series. Oh my god, yes, Anna.
throw tigers at everything.
Yeah. That's just incredible.
The most recent
review.
Metacritic review of this show is 0 out of 10. It's like there's something wrong with you. Of Walking Dead.
Really?
Mm-hmm. People are idiots.
Wow.
Do they have to actually put a review, or do they just put a number on there? I don't know how Metacritic works.
They write a review. From cinematography to acting to the writing, this show is one of the worst. Mm-hmm. It looks like it was filmed in the early 90s, and the overacting, excessive dialogue concerning everyone's feelings is painful to sit through. It's like, yeah, all right, mate, whatever.
You should. Can you reply? You should comment and say that.
Somebody else gave it 3 because AMC are milking the life out of this series. I don't think they realise it's based on a series that is still ongoing and that doesn't really have a natural ending. And generally speaking, it's just going to keep going as the characters die, isn't it? I mean,
I'm on here now looking at this one that you've just said, the one about milking the life out of it. The second line in that is, I stuck watching it for 5.5 seasons but quit before the season 6 finale. He's reviewing like season 7 or 8 or whatever it is based... Oh, some people...
Hang on, that's a different person. I was reading the one by I.W. Newton.
Oh, I've moved on now.
Cacalotto. But yeah, it's just like, if you're a thinker, you won't be able to get out over how they've been living in a zombie apocalypse for years now. And if you're a thinker...
Years, is it?
It has been like 3 or 4. Every character acts like it's their first week in an apocalypse, and Rick is a plank. These people need a slap. Speaking of zombies, though, iZombie's new season is pretty good.
Is it?
Did you watch 1 and 2 of that?
We watched the first half of the first season, but somebody doesn't really like it.
It's just boring. Oh, I'll eat a brain. Oh, a crime has happened. Oh, let's go and figure it out.
Well, no, the crime happens first. She eats their brain, Anna.
Yeah, it's just crime. Yeah, but it's just the same every week. That's why I didn't. But that's why I didn't like Arrow. It was the same structure, and I'm just bored of that.
A couple of seasons, and then it went rubbish. Now it's good again. No, that's the whole point of this show. Is the lead actress basically plays a different character every week, because when she eats a brain, she's suddenly, I don't know, an army major, and then she's a cheerleader, and then she's a, I don't know, psychopath, and then she was an accountant one week, and it's just really random.
It's easy, but it's easy enough to get back in because you're not missing any major storyline. So we could watch it tomorrow and we'd know exactly where we are.
There isn't no, and it's about the zombie apocalypse happening. It just happens a lot slower than in Walking Dead.
Maybe.
I want to read the comics. That's why I went to that comic shop I mentioned at the start of the show, because I was trying to find the iZombie comics, but they only had volume 2, and it was like 15 quid. And I thought, well, I'm not going to buy some second-hand pre-read version of it for the price of a brand new one when I haven't even read the first one, you know. But the characters are pretty good. They've developed really well. And I like the theme tune, so it's a win all round. Have you watched Peter Kay's Car Share?
Oh,
yes!
Brilliant.
Oh my gosh! What happened? Like, because for some reason on iPlayer we can watch.
Yeah, it's all of it's on iPlayer. Yeah,
yeah,
all of it's on there. Yeah.
Oh, I was so sad. I can't believe it's only 4 episodes long. I'm so sad.
Is there really not a 5th episode?
No, because it's 4.
Oh man!
So series 1 was 6. This one's 4.
I reckon they're teeing up for a Christmas special. I reckon.
Hang on a minute. You know the Smurf?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was this Game of Thrones. I actually just had a quick look because Claire was telling me that the character was a man, and I was like, no, the character is a woman, but the actor is a man. And we were debating that, and then after a while, I just thought maybe it's just a woman, and she just looks a bit manly because she's just a Smurf. So I'm shocked to find it was Varys. I've just basically found that, but oh no, I'm shocked. I thought it was going to have another few episodes beyond that. They're horrible. They can't do that. Leave it on a cliffhanger like that.
I reckon they're teeing it up for a Christmas special. That's what it felt like to me.
I was thinking to myself, that mustn't take long to film, must it?
I think he said it takes 5 weeks an episode.
Jesus, really?
An episode?
Yeah. They started filming, I think, something like, because I saw them filming it, because they film it around in my sort of neck of the woods. I've seen them filming it. So yeah,
is he in a car or is he on a truck being driven?
I can't decide. I thought truck, and I thought car initially, and then someone said, "No, he's on a truck." And I went,
"Yeah, it'll just be on a flatbed truck."
I think it depends on how much dialogue there is. I'm betting they film some of it them driving. But this again, this reminded me of some of our writing exploits, because it's quite basic, isn't it, in its setup? You know, it always starts the same format. I was quite impressed that he's clearly set. I just assumed that it'd be really quick to write, because all he has to actually do is get in a car, basically read the script.
But you've got to look at how the continuity doesn't match up. But it's different for me, because I see so many areas around, and I go, that's there, that's in Bolton, that's in Manchester, that's in Salford, and I can point out different things. And second to second, when the camera changes and it changes back, the continuity is off, if you know what I mean. So certain things, it's not in the same place 5 seconds later. So how many times did they reshot and refilm these bits?
I wouldn't notice that. Well, that's impressive.
No, you won't notice it, but I notice it because like I say, they drive all around not the northwest, but yeah, pretty much the northwest.
All around Cumbria.
I quite enjoy their background signs and the fact that I can't remember where they were. Wigan, was it? And every sign was about pies.
Pies, yeah.
Presumably that's a real street.
I mean, possibly.
Yeah.
And all the Forever FM comments and stuff again.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. 5 weeks an episode. I mean,
I think it was something like that. It was so much stupider. You're like, really?
I didn't think it was like an afternoon a season or anything like that. But I kind of thought that, like episode 1, they might just sort of film him pulling up, talking, getting in the car.
There's a lot more out of the car this time as well.
And extra characters, obviously.
Yeah,
it was only 2 of them. But the cast is still apparently only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 people long, so that's still pretty impressive.
Yeah.
This is like one step away from doing an entire sitcom set in a lift. There's a YouTube series for you, Kev.
There's a YouTube
they
channel.
They already exist.
I stopped myself saying channel. A whole soap opera set with a guy getting in the lift each morning and having the 5 minutes of drama, and then they get out, and that's the end of the episode.
5 minutes? How tall is this building you're going up?
I don't know. It's Empire State Building. It's just, I don't know.
This is becoming an expensive series, Sheep. If I've got to fly to New York every day, goodness me.
What's the tallest building in the UK then?
My house.
We'll have to Google it now. The Shart?
I didn't say that, and you know full well I didn't.
What I heard.
Yeah, that's what
it is. The Shart, actually.
Yeah.
306 metres.
That takes what? Less than a minute to get to the top, I bet. I don't know. 2 minutes?
However long it takes, just make that the length for the YouTube series.
Channel.
Yeah.
You have to pay 15 quid to get to the top of it.
Silly goose.
You could be the man that works at the top of the Shart.
No one works anywhere in that, do they? I thought the whole point was it was basically empty.
No, I thought the whole point was people worked in there.
I think that was the idea behind building it, but I don't think anyone actually does, do they? Most of it's still empty.
Yeah, probably. Too expensive to probably rent space.
They should have called it something other than the Shart then, shouldn't they? Al Jazeera Media Network are based in there. Arcapita. Everyone begins with A. Oh, no, I'm reading it alphabetically. Wow. A company called Jellyfish are in there.
Oh, right, okay.
Sage, Saggy, Kraft Heinz, Sapphire, Southwark Gas, Tab Corp, Tab Clear. Tiffany and Company are there. See, you could, I don't know, whatever. Just do your series in the Sharp lift.
But I don't want to. I'll just do it from my house like I normally do. Or
do, instead of Peter Kay's car share, you could do Kev Chapman's commute and just you getting on the train at Peterborough and talking to the random people that you sit with on the same bit every day.
Incredibly unrealistic. Me talking to strangers.
Yeah, that's asking for him to get a thump.
That's why it works, because you're Kev Chapman, the man who doesn't speak to people. You get on a train, you don't want to look at anyone. You'd rather kill them than look at them.
I would.
Over the course of a season, you end up
killing them all,
forging friendships, being the love of your
killing them all and not getting caught,
and wondering why certain people disappear and never knowing the answers because they're just people on your commute, and then finding out a year later that they actually went to school with your mum and they died, and you only found out because she was showing you a picture of the funeral booklet, which is something that actually happened when I was doing my commute to London.
There you go.
I don't understand what's happening this evening.
I don't know.
I feel like we've all lost Pab's wisdom tooth.
Yeah.
We have all. I'm just trying to help you come up with the next Peter Kay's car share.
Let's see.
Sheepdog.
Yes, sir.
Have you seen Doctor Who?
Yeah. Do you know what? I don't know if I said last week. I probably did. I probably moaned my head off about how bad it looked. But I had egg on my face. It was actually decent.
I really enjoyed it. I didn't mind it at all.
Bill was well, all right. In all the pictures, the BBC are terrible. I don't know whether they did it on purpose. Like, maybe they just thought, let's make her look terrible so everyone's expectations are low. But they made Bill look like a terrible partner. And then when it started up, I was like, she's really good. She's actually funny. She's not irritating. She doesn't say anything dumb. You know, there's no kind of weird plot holes to her. It's actually a shame now, I guess, that they're getting rid of Capaldi at the end of the year.
I think he's so good. He's really, really good, Peter Capaldi.
Have you seen who they're replacing him with?
No, has he actually been announced now?
Yeah, the fella from My Family.
What, the old guy?
Right.
The old guy?
The one that was in Lost in Paradise, is it, or something?
Oh, so is it?
Murder in Paradise.
That one. One of them.
Hang on a minute. Oh, Nick.
The young, Nick.
Nick from My... Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, ignore me.
What's
I know
his
what
name
you mean.
again?
It's Nick from My Family, is it? Is that who it is?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll find out for you now.
Well, that might have been Chris Marshall. That's his name.
Chris Marshall. Is that official? I've not heard that.
Do you know what? It's not necessarily official.
I've not heard that at all.
I've just seen that apparently the BBC wrote to a fan assuring them that the new Doctor won't be a woman, which is a bit of a weird thing to assure anybody in this day and age. You're asking for trouble. Apparently, no casting decisions have been made.
Yeah, I say I've not
all over the internet.
Is it really?
But Chris Marshall was. I think what happened was several people lumped tons of money on him being the next Doctor,
right?
And it went mad. But then another report said it was going to be a woman, and now someone said it's not. I was kind of hoping that it would be, what's his name, who played the Master last time.
Oh,
yeah, but he's coming back, isn't he?
Yeah, he's coming back, yeah.
That's why it'd be the best reveal ever if he... Because they're saying that he's going to return as the Master, but what if? What if? What if?
He's in The Catch, if you watch that.
No, I don't know what it is, sorry.
Kevin knows what I mean.
A programme that we're not allowed to watch anymore because you got bored of it.
No. I ain't bored of it. She just annoys me. She's too old for trying to act like...
Yeah, Anna didn't want to watch it because the woman in it was old and ugly. And therefore it's not... therefore it can't be watched. She was wrinkly and not young and good looking like TV people are supposed to be. You're evil.
I don't care. I was annoyed, but she's annoying, but yeah, he's in that as well. And he's the same kind of character.
What, a magician?
No, because in Doctor Who, he's a mental case. And in this one, he's also a mental case.
Because he's a crazy magician.
Okay. You two carry on about Doctor Who. I'm eating jelly beans.
I'm thinking if they could afford to pay John Sim to be the Doctor full time, that would be the ultimate twist.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
It'd be one of those things where if the Master somehow makes the Doctor regenerate into what the Master used to be like and made him slightly darker. I don't know. It's just what I'd do. I'd make him slightly darker. I'd probably make him swear a little bit. I'd make him drop the sonic screwdriver permanently. Probably wouldn't make
show, that's the problem.
Yeah, I'd take out the swearing. But kids like dark stuff.
Yeah, but you can't have him swearing at 7:30 in the evening.
I took back the swearing.
Okay.
I need to find out how good this Power Rangers film is because I said that should go dark loads of times, and then apparently
it's supposed to be good.
It's dark.
It's supposed to be good. I've not heard it. I've not heard anything bad about it, but I've not seen it either, so I don't know. But everything I've heard has seemed quite positive. So let us know.
Is it time for comics?
It might be. It's not got a very good score. It's got a 44 on Metacritic. Again, we've already established their wangs. And, exactly. It's got 7.3 from users, actually. So let's stop trusting Metacritic.
Splendid. Anna, do you want to stay for the comics discussion?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I just had a cinnamon jelly bean and I'm not very happy. Oh, they're horrible. They're so nasty.
Why do you keep eating them?
Because they're the same colour as the cola ones. And they're not very nice. Them and licorice ones are horrible. Not
I wouldn't. Licorice, big no.
I don't mind, when it's in Dib Dabs. I love Dib Dabs, but in these, I just can't do it. In the cinnamon ones are just awful.
Well, you should always keep some Dib Dab on hand. Yeah. Just dip everything you eat in Dib Dab.
The cinnamon ones are brown, and so are the latte ones and the cola ones, and them two are delightful. But this,
give them a sniff before you eat them. That's what you're supposed to do.
They're jelly beans.
You scratch and sniff. It's true.
Right, hold on. Now what's this? Let's scratch it.
You watch. Revolutionise their life.
I don't really smell anything.
You need to get your sense of smell sorted. Maybe you've gone nose blind. Have you considered buying Febreze?
Got loads of it. Got extra shrimp upstairs for Kevin.
Jesus, Chaplin.
You think I'm lying?
Sometimes I make smelly toilet sounds.
Every day. At least twice. It's horrible.
I have a healthy, regular bowel.
Yeah, but you're in there for ages, and then you just swan out, and now everyone's dying for the toilet, and it smells just awful.
You have to empty your stink gland.
But it's vile. He just swans out like, I didn't smell anything. I'm great.
You need to buy some VI poo so you can spray it through poo.
My poo smells great.
On TV, but I haven't bought any yet. I keep forgetting. VI poo.
So, comics then.
Goodbye.
Where can people find you on the Twitter, Anna?
I'm at Miss Lulu Show.
Splendid.
If you want to follow me, just go through Kev. That's what everybody else does at the moment.
It's because I'm the star.
Everywhere I go, it's like, find Kev's channel. I'll give you a follow. Like, okay, thanks.
For nothing.
No, thanks for nothing. It's lovely.
It's when they also follow the children folk, or the eldest child folk. She gets it as well, she was saying the other day.
Was she really?
That's a little bit uncomfortable, surely.
Yeah, she needs to change her Twitter name.
What is she? Well, actually, don't say that. That was a dumb question. It's a really dumb question. I just meant, is it like Little Leluja or something?
It's something along those lines, yeah.
On the money is what I was trying to get at, yeah. Because then that is asking for weirdos, isn't it?
Weirdos are great.
We love them.
Yeah,
right,
weirdos watch the most adverts.
Bye-bye. I thought you were going to say goodbye, weirdos then. Right, goodbye, weirdos.
Goodbye, people.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Right, you rascals. I finished Death Note, and it's very good. And I also have watched about a third of the anime, and that's also very good. Read and watch Death Note. It's very good. I have done further research, though, and realised that it's not manga in general, because I've read the first book and a half of Naruto, and just want to claw my eyes out at how boring it is. It's just terrible. I've got the first 3 volumes in that book that I bought when we were down in London, and I'm halfway through the second volume, and I assume a story will start at some point before I get to the end of volume 3, but there hasn't been one so far at the moment. It's just this annoying little ninja boy who keeps having fights with people, and that's all it is. That's all it has been. There is no story at all. I don't know what his motivation is. I don't know what he's trying to achieve. I don't know why he keeps having fights. I don't get what it's about. It's just a kid having fights. And it's like 3 or 4 page long fights where it's just like 60s Batman with thwack and blammo appearing on the screen. And if I see an annoying little ninja use the power of the doppelganger one more time, I'm going to tear the book up into little pieces and flush it. It's just I don't understand.
Next time you're out in public, you should punch an anime kid in the back of the head.
What, as punishment for Naruto?
Yeah.
I think I might. It's just rubbish. Someone needs to explain this to me.
Just stop reading it.
But I bought it now.
Well, no, because it's you were 12.
Because it's such a massive thing, isn't it? And there's like 80, 90 volumes. There's 600 episodes of the anime. There must be something there. Something must present itself soon, surely. There must be a reason they've bundled the first 3 volumes together. Perhaps somewhere in there a brilliant story begins.
It just might not be for you.
Yeah, well...
You can't just lump manga into one big...
No, I'm not, because Death Note was brilliant.
Well, that's the thing,
I will explore others, but what I'm...
Like Naruto...
We speculated last week that I was becoming a citizen of Japan and that I enjoyed Japanese storytelling. I don't think I do. I really liked Death Note and I really like Persona because they're brilliant examples of what they do. Naruto, on the other hand, is a steaming pile of turd and not interested.
Is it not like a Persona comic book?
There are.
Or manga?
There are a number of them.
Look into that then.
I already know I like Persona. I want to keep exploring manga and find more that I like. I want to find out if Death Note's the exception or Naruto's the exception. I want to know if Death Note was just a piece of brilliance in a sea of nonsense or if Naruto's just overhyped and for kids. I need to find out.
The audience will tell us now because me and Sheepdog aren't exactly the people that know this stuff, but people out there...
Well, that's what I'm relying on.
Yeah, people will know and will tell you what to go for. Because I have no clue. This is not
apparently, Naruto gets good after a certain point, but then gets really bad after a certain point soon after that. So it's like you're going to have to climb the mountain of difficult, boring bits, have a good bit, and then it's just going to go back to pieces. I
think I'm just going to flush it.
Yeah.
You need to buy a fireplace, set it all up, get it nice and hot, and then just throw the book into it.
I'm going to put it in a lift and get it to the top of the shard. And make a YouTube channel about it.
I think you missed my point.
I don't think I did. I think I've just summarised everything you've said on this episode. Put stuff in lifts, make a YouTube channel about it. That's Sheepdog's journey to success, we'll call that.
I learned the difference between a series and a channel after getting it wrong twice.
Yeah. That's all I've read. I haven't been reading any proper comics because I've been trying to work out if I like manga or not.
I know I am the only one of the three of us still pursuing DC, but Rebirth is reaching a point where it's kicking on again with the Watchmen crossover, Doc Manhattan stuff. Batman number 20 is a crossover with the Flash. Really, really, really cool comic. It's definitely put the cat among the pigeons, kicked things on. When I finished it, I was like, well, I read that too quick. I need to go back and... I was just really annoyed. I was like, I've been looking forward to this coming out, and I've only been reading for a minute, and it's all, what? And just thought I've got to wait for another bloody, 2 weeks till the next one comes out, however long it is. But it's nice when you get that feeling because all the other stories have been good, but I've been looking forward to this one because it seemed promising. And then, I just rattled through it in a heartbeat and felt like it left me wanting more and needing more.
Good. I will get that when it comes. Oh, well, I will come as a trade at some point. It will do, won't it? But
I imagine it will.
Is it linked to the bigger story of the Batman Rebirth, or is it just like a separate arc now that's going towards...
Well, the thing is, this is where it's getting confusing because all of the characters have had their individual stories going on, obviously. Yeah. Like Superman is now all the Supermans of that multiverse universe that have existed. They've just smushed all the stories together, and his memories are all the same in his mind now. And they're sort of his stories progressing towards this, towards the Watchmen crossover thing a bit more, because he's trying to figure out at what point in his history it kind of diverts or changes slightly. He's sort of reviewing his life now and thinking, it all fits together really well, but it still doesn't feel right. Batman and Flash together in this Batman one, they've crossed over, but Flash was in the middle of dealing with some other stuff in his story. Batman and Superman are trying to obviously sort out their sons, and so John and Damian are both doing their thing, and there's stuff happening there. And it's just interesting that, like, every now and again they'll just randomly go, oh yeah, by the way, don't forget he's still doing this stuff in his downtime, and Batman's just kind of cracked, like he's been looking at the button that he found with the smiley face on it, and he's just managed to get it doing some bits, and some stuff's happened that references back to like all the old stories, like the Crisis on Infinite Earth and the Final Crisis and Flashpoint and all of those different stories. There's lots of random references and characters and events from them that are now coming up again in this. And I mean that's important in itself. I mean, Batman keeps looking at the note from his dad and stuff like that. It's very cool. I'd recommend getting up to speed on Batman and Superman, especially. I need to read Wonder Woman because I imagine she's probably got a lot going on. I've neglected her, but I'll catch up on her this weekend, I think.
Good. You want to know what I've read?
Yeah.
I've read one issue of Descender. I don't know what has gone on this week. I've been so busy at work, and that's where I do a lot of my reading. On my dinner break, I try to read an issue a day at least. And like I said last week, I've kind of like hit a wall with comics the last week. So I've read so much, like, while we've been off, and I've come back and I've just read so much. And like I said, I've been reading like 3 sci-fi books like simultaneously, and it's kind of losing me way in what's happening where. And I've literally just read one issue of Descender, and it's slowly clawing me back into it now. I'm starting to get a grip of it again. And I do think it's a cool book. It's a cool premise for a book. But that's it. I have ordered more books yesterday, so it's still a collection for me. At the minute, I'm still gathering and buying books, not really reading anyway. I'm buying more than I'm reading, put it that way. I've stopped myself buying 2 more tonight while the show's been going on. So I suppose that's a sign of willpower is doing what it's supposed to. But yeah, that's all I've read. I'm ashamed really this week that I've not read that much. I've tried to read. I thought I'd read some more tonight, but with having me tooth out, I wasn't in the mood for reading at the time. So I'll have more next week, I'm sure.
Ouch. Okay, well, we're going to wrap up there because Kev's just texted me saying that something's come up and he's had to log off.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think he's still online. Yeah, we will
in the call. Yeah, because he's obviously recording it.
Yeah. He said unless I come back, but so I haven't really got anything more to say on comics. I'm kind of in the same place as you in that I've shown fantastic willpower by standing surrounded by things I could buy, and I have not bought them.
Yeah.
But
if I went into town, I would buy books. If I went, I'm just stopping myself from going to the comic book shops. It's them damned emails that I get from Forbidden Planet going, "There's a new graphic novels out this week," and I go, "Oh, damn, I've got to go and buy them now." That's what caught me out yesterday.
I was finding if I go a little while without reading them, I start getting really annoyed that I'm not up to speed or that I'm not kind of burying myself in the story because it's so good. And it's like, I need to.
Well, that's the thing. There's been a bit of a disconnect because I'm reading Saga, Black Science, and Descender. There's such a disconnect between, like, initially when I finished Saga Book 2, I went, right, okay, I want to read Volume 3 now. And I stopped myself from just buying it immediately because I thought, I've got a stack of books here I've just ordered. I've got like a load more books coming. I was like, I kind of need to read these now. So I've stopped myself from doing it. So there's going to be a disconnect again. There's a disconnect from Preacher. I've read the first 3 books of Preacher, and I read them all literally just in one go, one book at a time. Up and start reading other stuff again, and then it just becomes a big break. And I've got to catch all up on what I've done. I should just stick to one series. But I can't help myself when I see a bargain or I see something that I go, I need to get that, or I need to, I see it cheaper, or I see it on a wish list, or I see it in this comic book shop, and I go, oh yeah, I'll get that now. And I feel like I don't know, I need to stick to one series and finish it.
It is better, isn't it? If you've got one that's already done, doing that.
Yeah.
I'd say read Preacher from start to finish, and then move on to the next bit.
That might be next on my list. Definitely Preacher and.
I need to do that with Sandman. I haven't read Sandman, despite buying those 2 when we were out, and that I've got 2 or 3 graphic novel sized, full on ones to read through. And because I've been reading so much DC, I've not got into it. But I like it when I do get in the mood and I sit there and I read one, I'll read the other 2, and I'll feel really in it. And I like the little things it makes you think about, or the random bits it goes off on. Some of the stories are a little bit kind of small and dry, it's just going along, but then suddenly it just flips and blows your mind, and I quite like that. I feel like whenever I'm reading it, I feel like I need to hook in it a bit more. Like there's people out there who sort of think it's the most amazing thing ever, and I think there's people out there who didn't really like it, whereas I'm kind of like, I like it, but I never feel that pull to go and play it, if that makes sense. Read it. Makes sense.
I do get.
I feel like I need that extra level of addiction.
What do you mean?
Maybe that's going to happen.
I got that with The Wicked and Divine, where I've never.
Oh God, yeah.
I've never had a thing where never had a book that's just like, I need to read this next one immediately, and because I forsaken my rule of not reading on the iPad and buying physical, but I knew I'd bought 2 of the volumes. I think volume 2 and 3. On the Kindle, the Comixology, and I just read them immediately, and I ordered book 4. So I've never had a book, I've never had a series that's quite done that for me. And even though, like I say, Preacher is just it should be that series for me because it is so good. That
is another one where it just goes off on random stories, and
that is a good point. Yeah, there are large. I mean, I got to book 3, and there's a whole chunk on just the cowboy fella. What's he called? I can't even think of his name now. The guy who's actually the guy who's chasing down Jesse.
Oh God, the Saint of Killers. That one.
Yes, there's a whole chunk. There's like a whole chunk of like book 3 just on him, and there's like there's a whole section of the book just on Cassidy. And and it gets back to the story. There's like little bits of the story in it, little bits of the main plot going on. But then they just go back to Jesse or the Saint of Killers, and it's just big chunks of it. And you're like, it's still good. It's still not bad at all. But I want to get to that story is amazing. So
there is a point where it's suddenly set in a completely different place and time for a little while, and I was there was a point there I just thought, why did you do that? But again, that was still good. Like, I enjoyed once I think the first maybe 2 or 3 comics worth inside the series of that, I was a bit like, why have they done this? This has completely ruined my flow. But actually, when you're in it, I felt like it was good.
Good. Well, that's it then. Are we wrap it up then between me and you?
I'm not going to go through Kev's rigmarole of all the did you knows. You know where to find us on Twitter. It's MGUK Podcast. He's at Mr. Lelujo, not Mr. Lelujo. Where did that come from? Jesus, that went a bit random. He's at Lelujo. If you don't know that by now, you ain't been listening. I'm at RB6K. It's spelt the way I just said it.
Yeah. You want me to do me? I'm Pab 1986. I thought you were doing the full cast.
Anna's already done hers.
Yes.
Follow his YouTube channel. What is it again?
I think it's just Lelujo now. Lelujo.fm isn't it? It's his website that can direct you to any which number of channels that he has now.
To be honest, it's just
weird PR people now. They silently quiet there waiting for us to sell it.
Just do what we do. Tell him you listen. Comment on the occasional title that you've managed to figure out what it meant. And
I had another title. I forgot it now. Damn. Oh well.
It'll be something like, I can't believe I've caught this deadly disease, and then it'll actually be him talking about a squirrel he saw. It's all clickbait. It's all about the clickbait.
That's it, isn't it now? All about the clicks.
All about that click. See, again, he's not listening to my ideas. He could make his own range of Meghan Trainor rip-off songs. He'd be a millionaire. I need to get some sort of confidence and do this myself. I think you're mistaken him.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you're mistaking him for Weird Al. I don't think you're going
to... what else does he normally tout about?
Facebook?
We don't... Well, yeah, but the Facebook group's never really used. If anybody wants to come on the Facebook group and make it
tell us it's used,
just go on there and start talking to each other and have a conversation, and I'll join in because my phone goes off whenever there's a post in there. The Facebook group is Mature Gamer Podcast, so get on there. We'll talk. Twitter's Twitter. Everyone talks on that. Are we anywhere else? We ain't got a website anymore. The Amazon.
Yeah, we need to have words about a website, Sheepdog.
Have people reviewed us any time recently? They should probably review.
I don't know. Review the show, iTunes. I don't know. Is there anywhere else you can review podcasts these days? Because I don't know of iTunes reviews. I imagine there's probably.
I think everybody who owns their own site should just write an article for the front page saying the Mature Gamer Podcast is the best damn podcast I've ever seen. You should listen to it. Here's a link. We're on Spreaker and YouTube. All the episodes should just appear on that.
And maybe SoundCloud soon.
Yeah, I don't know if I said that up right.
But I'm sure a further look into it may turn up at some point.
We are on iHeartRadio as well.
Oh, there you go. There you go. We're everywhere.
We are. We're everywhere podcasts are. And, if you turn around, we're probably behind you as well. We had an update on the 5th of March.
What do you mean?
5th of March. Coiled string.
Oh, excellent. Was it? Hang on. Don't read it if it's bad.
Interesting.
Interesting in what way?
Well, they're right to say that I'm getting very vocal about silly things. I think that's probably my Switch reviews.
Yeah, that was the Switch episode. Yeah,
reading through it now. Don't have to see every show. It's good. I like it. It's fine. Apparently, I'm menopausal.
I can see that. Yeah,
I like the review though. UK classic, new level of banter. Overall, sounds friendly.
Okay, good. Well,
I'm a bit domineering. I should probably tone that down. I apologise for that because, I reckon I probably have been a bit domineering lately. Good for Crabman.
Yeah, good. That's good. Any more reviews? More than welcome.
Yeah, there's been a few on here, so keep them coming, people, and I promise I'll stop being a bit of a wang.
And he might read them out, especially when Kev disappears.
Yeah, I don't even know why. I'm not trying to prolong it or anything because he's gone, and it's been 2 hours that we've been doing this now. But have a good week. I'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening, folks.
Is this still a podcast, or are you two just waffling?
We're waffling because we need you to stop recording.
Right, I'll stop recording then. Hold on.